in 2011.
Dan Hay is here, who took to the stage yesterday at the Ubisoft press event to introduce the world to Far Cry 3, and a pretty interesting, involved, and exciting demo for the game was on display. Tell us a little bit about the demo. Where exactly is the game taking place, Dan?
Picture a map. Picture a map of, you got Far Cry 1 over here, you got Far Cry 2 that happened in Africa, and you take a look at the map and you think, the furthest part of the map, way off in the distance, that's where we want to be, right where trouble lives. So we're way off in the middle of the Indian Ocean on a small island, or perhaps islands. And it's a brand new experience. Yes, we're back on an island, but it's not the same island, and it's a whole unique experience.
Island, so possibly more than one island to visit this time around.
I just let that slip. We're live, so there it is.
Okay, more than one island in Far Cry 3. That's awesome. Obviously, all the islands are going to be beautiful because graphics are a huge part of this franchise. For whatever reason, Far Cry is just synonymous with great graphics. I know the reason, actually, because it looks great. So tell us a little bit about the tech behind this and making it look as good as it does.
Yeah, we spent a ton of time. I mean, you look at the graphics. The thing about Far Cry is that when you have your first Far Cry experience, it's born from the PC, and I remember getting off the boat and swimming through the ocean and seeing Far Cry, and everybody was like, wow, that's amazing. We wanted that exact same experience. So all of the lushness of the jungle, and if you can see it, you can go there. We wanted to have huge draw distances, and we wanted to have really cool experiences. You're going to see right here that from up close and personal and death from above kills all the way to long distance draws and shots with a sniper rifle, we wanted the complete experience. And to give you that feeling of lushness and bring back the green and bring back the water and really feel Far Cry.
And the game is not shy about being mature. Yesterday's demo, we saw a lot of violence and things. I mean, talk a little bit about the game from that perspective in terms of just how visceral of an experience you're looking to create here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're a shooter player and you want to play a shooter and you really want something that is visceral and something that's going to be brutal, this is the game for you. Our main character, Jason, he's focused on basically, he's trapped on the island and he's got to get out, but he's got skills. He's got the ability to get in there and cause some trouble. Right now what you're seeing is he's about to take over as Voss, one of our main characters, has basically waylaid this village and killed everybody, and Jason's going in for some payback.
Now you mentioned Jason, and obviously there's characters in the game. We were introduced yesterday to a rather mean character. Who was that was giving us a whole lot of flack in the demo yesterday?
That was Voss, and he's all kinds of trouble. What actually happened in the demo is he dropped you down a cenote, and the trick about Voss is that, yeah, he's crazy, but he's just one of the characters in the game that inhabits this island. And imagine this, you're on this island, you're trapped, they've been trapped there, somebody even grew up there, these people are crazy.
Well, we know it's going to look great, and we know it's going to play on some things for Far Cry fans, but what about for newcomers? What is this game doing to innovate within the genre?
I think for us, what we really focused on was exploration. It's a large space, it's great, but we wanted to make sure that as you're working your way through the open world, because it's Far Cry, right, open world, we wanted to make sure that we had that feeling of exploration, that feeling of discovery, and that as a new player, you could pick it up and you could be successful as either a shooter or an explorer or somebody who wanted to discover.
Obviously, we looked at the single player yesterday. What can you tell us about the multiplayer component in this game?
Right now, we're talking about single player. That's our focus right now. So we met Voss, we met Jason, and we're basically talking about, but you know what, stay tuned, there might be more coming.
Lots to come on that front, I'm sure. And in terms of the franchise, you think this is a game that will appeal to new fans? Obviously, Far Cry is a big name, but gaming has expanded quite a bit. So
sure.
How do you paint this to the new first-person shooter gamer?
I think so. I think that it's going to be totally accessible, and I think that, Far Cry is a great brand. People love that brand. When we walked out on stage yesterday and we announced Far Cry 3, everybody went absolutely bananas. The chance to be back on an island and really have that visceral Far Cry experience. I think that if you pick up a shooter, or you've been a shooter player and you pick up Far Cry, you're going to be successful. But if you want to be able to explore and you want to be able to discover and you want to be able to spend a little bit of time meeting a really cool, crazy cast of characters, and that's the key. Far Cry, these characters are crazy. You're going to get in and you're going to feel that feeling in the pit of your stomach of like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive this. Yeah. That's the feeling we wanted.
All right, well, when is it going to be time to get crazy, Dan? You have a release date yet?
Yeah, well, it's going to be coming out in 2012. It's going to be coming on PC, 360, and PS3.
Excellent. All right, well, we appreciate your time very much. Thanks so much for giving us a look at Far Cry 3.